Hey friends, good morning. I'm Shannon Sorensen. I am an artist and creative spirit, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I would love it if you hit subscribe down below and also hit the bell button. That'll notify you when I have new videos. This is a creativity pep talk, and I am thinking of moving this series actually over to my podcast, which is called Creative Happy Life. I'm kind of trying to feel things out and see where these different series would best serve. So I might continue to share them on this channel, but it would be audio instead of a video of me talking to you. So we'll see. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you might enjoy just listening and you don't have to think about watching or anything like that, you can subscribe to my podcast over on Apple Podcasts. Just look up Creative Happy Life and it should pop up pretty quickly and easily. I'd love it if you would subscribe over there too. I am trying to figure out some different things to do on different channels to make it fun and interesting and show all the different things that I do. So if you're new here, I'm going to be sharing a lot more drawing and painting videos and kind of sharing the creative process, and also some videos about running a creative business, being a full-time artist, things that I've learned along the way on my journey and through the different avenues that I have traveled as a artist basically my whole life. But I've done quite a few different things professionally as an adult that I think culminate into a really interesting experience. So I'll be sharing all sorts of fun things for you to maybe learn or entertain you or share some insights that I think might be helpful. But I wanted to start off today, and it's actually Tuesday, April 6th. I didn't get yesterday's recording edited because as soon as I hit play, I was actually sitting in a different spot in my house and I had my phone clipped to a lamp. And you could see like the lampshade took up like the bottom third of the screen, and it was just a hot mess, and I didn't know what I was talking about, and it was this whole thing. So I decided not to use that. So I'm recording right now, and I do need to keep things kind of short because I'm leaving in a little bit to go get my vaccine, which is really exciting, really nerve-wracking, really emotional. It's all the things, but I'm very grateful for the opportunity and for science, and I can't wait to hug my family again. I just saw my mom over the weekend for the first time since October, and I saw my husband's parents. And I couldn't even hug them yet because they just got their second vaccines, and I'm just getting my first one today. So I really want to make sure that we are fully protected and ready to just like squeeze everything out of each other. Oh, it's been such a road getting here to this point. But yeah, cheers to that. I'm really excited. So for today's pep talk, I want to give you a little boost into the week to encourage you to take a little bit of time. So when I think about creativity, a lot of people think of creativity in terms of art, but when I think of creativity, I'm thinking about all the different ways that creativity impacts our day-to-day lives. It's not just making art, but it's in decisions we make and the way that we think about things. That's what creativity is. It's how we think about things and how we solve problems and how we explore, right? It can be applied to anything. So for me, yes, I of course think about creativity in terms of art because that's what I do. But you could be a creative writer, you could be a creative parent, you could be a creative chef, you could be a creative problem solver. You know, you can apply creativity and creative thinking to everything that you do in life. So if you are thinking you want to get more creative, I want to encourage you this week to take 5 to 10 minutes each day and allow yourself some time and space to relax and sit with yourself, sit in your body and sit with your thoughts. And you might want to put on some quiet music, nothing that's really like distracting that you might want to sing along to, but something that's just really soothing that you can kind of ignore, but it's there. or maybe go out for a walk, or just take a shower. There's all these different ways and times that our brains can kind of relax a bit and allow us like the mental space to let these creative thoughts start to circulate. So for me personally, I get a lot of thinking done in the shower. And I also like to take long drives, not when I'm running errands and I know that I have to like navigate and pay attention and get in and out of the car a lot, but when I'm going to be driving for at least a half an hour straight. Or if I go for a walk and just get outside, put on a little bit of easy, quiet music and just, be in my body. This thinking happens when we do these things that are a bit more routine, that don't require, the disruption of our thought process, because, for instance, in the shower, you probably have a routine that you follow, that your body just kind of naturally goes through the motions of shampoo and condition and shave and body wash, and like you're going through the motions. You don't have to think about it. When you're driving and you're, on a stretch of highway for a while, you don't really have to think about it. Of course, you need to be aware of your surroundings, but it's not like you have to be thinking, okay, my stop or my turn's coming up at this point. So in situations, in places where you can mentally take a break from thinking and allow these thoughts to start kind of forming. So I think of creativity and creative living as being an active part of my day-to-day life. So many times we tend to think or say, oh, I don't have time for that. And I know for me, I'm guilty of that when it comes to exercising or reading, things that I know are good for me and that I would enjoy if I made the time for it. But I'm slowly working on making time for these things. So the same goes for creativity. Every day we sleep, we eat, we shower, we go through things that, are part of our day-to-day living that we need to do to nourish our bodies, to rest, to fulfill ourselves, creatively, mentally, spiritually. And creativity falls into that. But a lot of people don't make it part of their day-to-day routine. So by starting to practice taking 5 minutes or 10 minutes to sit in stillness, for me, I, for a long time, thought that sitting and being still and being with my thoughts was a waste of time. But it's not. It's actually the opposite. It's a productive use of my time. And it doesn't even have to be about productivity, but it has to be about prioritizing this time and this space for myself, because I know it's going to benefit my work, my parenting, my marriage, and my own personal self-awareness and development, like as a human, as a woman. When you prioritize things that are good for you, it compounds into all the other areas of your life. So I really want to encourage you. And it's kind of like when you're starting, like if you haven't been really active or you haven't been eating well or you haven't been sleeping well, you make these incremental changes that over time build up into this bigger thing that's helping you. And so if you think of creativity in that way, think, okay, for 5 minutes, I'm going to sit and breathe, and whatever comes to me, I'm going to let that kind of inspire me and carry me through the day, or use that as a starting point for my next project. Or, you know what, I'm going to sit with a piece of paper. I'm going to write down all the ideas I have running through my head. So then I can start to organize them. But for 5 minutes, I'm just going to focus on letting out whatever comes to mind. Or I'm going to take 15 minutes. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm just going to simply look around as I'm walking and observe things and really be in the moment. So by making it less complicated, strip away all the complicated thoughts, you can do this. And I bet for 5 minutes a day, you can find something to do to start incorporating creativity into your day more mindfully. You're already doing things in a creative way that you don't realize, but when you set an intention for a certain period of time to feed your creativity, it's going to bolster all the other areas of your life and all the other creative ways that you think, work, make art, whatever you do. So that's your challenge for this week. I hope this feels like a pep talk. I really want you to be excited about this. I don't know if this feels a little bit more like coaching, but it's fun for me to talk about. And these are just ideas that come to me and things that I've practiced along the way that I've really started to incorporate into my day-to-day that are helpful. These are things that help me with my art. These are things that help me with my parenting. And these are things that help me with myself. It's a stressful world out there. And it's, whether you are still home a lot or if you are going to work every day, whether you live alone, whether you have kids, these are things, these little practices that we make for ourselves. These are things that help us cope and manage the stuff that feels more complicated, So for me, I know that when I am starting to feel a buildup of stress or anxiety or something, I'm getting to a point where I can physically sit in a chair, and this is my chair. And my husband got one of those massage things on the chair, and I say, okay, I'm going to sit. I'm going to let this thing massage my back for 15 minutes. I'm going to put on a breathing meditation, and I'm just going to chill. I'm just going to stop everything. And that helps me, refocus, reground, feel like a person again, and not hit a point where I have a much harder time dealing with myself. All right. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Let me know in the comments. I'm serious. I think this segment, the pep talk thing, might be better for my podcast. I would still post it over here, but it just wouldn't be a video of me talking every week. But I'm really flexible. I want this to be fun. I want this to be educational and entertaining and empowering. I want it to be all the things. So let me know if you're enjoying it the way it is, and I can keep doing this, or maybe we'll change things up and try something new. But yeah, I would love to hear what you think, and let me know if you are doing this 5, 10, 15-minute thing for yourself every day to integrate and have the intention of infusing creativity into your day. How's that for verbiage? Let me know what you're doing. Let me know how it feels. Let me know if it's working for you, if you're trying one thing or if you're trying a couple things. Just off the top of my head, taking a nice long shower, taking a walk, sitting. You don't even have to meditate, but kind of just sitting and paying attention to your breathing. Even just creating a little bit of a rhythm with your breath in and out can be helpful. There are some free apps, or you could search right here on YouTube for some soothing meditation music if that helps you kind of get out of your head, if you can focus on the sounds. Sound is incredibly healing. Getting on a stationary bike, anything where you can just do something that you don't have to physically think about what you're doing will be helpful. All right, I'm going to sign off. Thank you for watching. You're amazing. I'm so grateful that you're here, and I hope you have a beautiful week. I'm going to go get my COVID vaccine, and oh my gosh, I feel like Anna on Coronation Day in Frozen. I'm just busting out the doors with excitement. Super cheesy. All right, take care. Mwah.